Freedom March with Rodney Munker. Up next on ILTV.
The thoughts, views, and comments expressed by Rodney Munker, his guests, callers, and advisors on Freedom March are not necessarily those of management, ownership, or production unit of ILS or the Verizon Media Group. Freedom March is a product of ILTV Studios and cannot be reproduced or represented, in part or entirety, without express written consent of the Verizon Media Group. Freedom March is the intellectual property of the Verizon Media Group. Copyright 2024. All rights are reserved.
Marijuana is a dangerous drug.
The Queen is dead! God save the King!
There can never be rape in marriage. BMW sound like bad mad wagon. Not only am I saved, I'm saved and sanctified. The revolution is alive, and we must continue to document it.
Freedom!
Breaking news taking place in the United States. Two light-skinned Negro first cousins residing in Grand Bahama and are reportedly members of the Torchbearers Association of the Free National Movement and the personal DJ of opposition leader Michael Pinta is to be arraigned in the Florida court charged with drug trafficking. You would recall that a couple weeks ago, the DEA hired these two first cousins, one a wonderful DJ, and had them sail him to the United States with lots of cocaine. And when they arrived, those two Grand Bahamians got a shock of their life when that same man, along with other agents of the United States government, arrested them. Well, finally, the Americans said they should appear in court at 1 p.m. But for the last 3 hours, I've been trying to contact America to find out if they have been officially arraigned. But the Americans are so preoccupied with revolution as Donald Trump has freed 1,500 American citizens who were involved in the revolution of January 6th. So it's a glorious day in the United States as Donald Trump, having been returned to power, is sticking to his promise, and 1,500 persons, some of whom were sentenced to prison for 20 years, Donald Trump started freeing them last night. So it's a glorious day in the United States. Finally, those citizens, American citizens, who Donald Trump has alleged were victimized are now free U.S. citizens. It's just glorious what is taking place in the United States. This is Freedom March. Today is Tuesday, the 21st of January 2025. I'll be right back after the break. Hold on. Revolution in the United States is taking place now with Donald Trump, our world leader. It's powerful.
Freedom March with Rodney Munker will be right back after this. This is Freedom March with Rodney Monker.
Welcome back to Freedom March. My name is Rodney Monker. I'm a Justice of the Peace here in the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. I'm also a member of the local Catholic Christian community. And of course, today is Tuesday the 21st day of January in the year of our Lord, 2025. I'm wearing a mask because I have joined my spiritual advisor who tells me that we should fight the flu. So I want to welcome him. Bradley, I welcome you to Freedom March.
Thanks so much, Santa. Good to be here.
And we are fighting the flu, are we?
Yeah, this...
Do you have any idea what flu this is?
We don't know.
Fighting?
You don't... I don't know. I know you seem to be, somewhat sniffling and...
Well, I seem to have caught what you had.
I don't know. Well, but something's going on.
Okay.
A lot of people are... we're at the height of the flu season. Let me not cause any issues. We're at the height of the flu season, and everywhere you go, people are battling this flu, whatever it is. I know a couple of people I know personally who really has it bad, horribly.
Really?
Yeah, horribly.
Okay.
So on the side of caution.
You're going to wear your mask?
Yeah, absolutely.
And you think I should wear a mask as well?
Yeah.
Well, I'm having difficulty breathing my spiritual advisor.
Take yours off. I'll wear mine.
You'll wear yours?
Yeah, because you do most of the talking anyhow.
Okay.
But I'll just protect myself because it's only me and you here.
You'll protect yourself or protect me?
I'm protecting me.
Not me?
Because you may not be doing well. So it's okay. You can take your mask off. I'm fine with that.
Okay, doctor.
Because you do most of the talking anyhow.
Okay, Dr. Rowe.
No, I'm not a doctor.
Are you ready for prayer?
Yeah, we're going to read a passage of scripture today. We're going to go to the Old Testament, Genesis chapter 1, from the Old Testament. And the Bible will confirm unequivocally that God has two genders as it relates to human flesh, humankind, mankind. God has two genders, and there is male and female. So let's see what the book says. Genesis chapter 1 in the Old Testament, the first book of the Bible, verses 26 to 28. And it reads, "And then God said, let us make man in our image, after our likeness, and let them have dominion over the fish of the sea, and over the fowl of the air, and over the cattle, and over all the earth, and over every creeping thing that creepeth upon the earth." And so God created man in his own image. In the image of God created he him, male and female created he them. And God blessed them, and God said unto them, be fruitful and multiply, and replenish the earth and subdue it. We're going to debate that replenish another time, okay, for all you intellectuals and philosophical folks. And God blessed them, and God said unto them, be fruitful and multiply, and replenish the earth and subdue it, and have dominion over the fish of the sea, and over the fowl of the air, and over every living thing that moveth upon the earth. But verse number 27 confirms that God has two genders as relates to humankind, mankind, the human race. And so God created man, meaning mankind, in his own image, and the image of God created he, him, male and female created he, them. Genesis chapter 1, 26 through 28. I read from the King James Version today. Still the word of God. It's quick and powerful, and it's always blessed. Thank you so much, Medusa, and back to you, Senator.
I thank you, my spiritual advisor.
Indeed.
Well, folks, there is an interesting case that is developing in the United States of America. Two light-skinned Negro men, both of whom are reported to be first cousins. Well, they participated, it is alleged, in a sting operation which was being conducted by United States of America agents, and they sailed a vessel into Florida with the agent on board, but they thought the agent was just a drug smuggler. And so they sailed. It is reported that they had cocaine in the vessel, and everything was fine until they landed. And it was then that they got a shock of their life when the agent and his organization placed them under arrest, and they have been accused of drug smuggling. The Negro men are Alfred Lang and Rono Lang. They are reported to be first cousins and torch bearers. One of the Langs is the DJ who's assigned to the headquarters of the leader of the King's opposition, Michael Pintard. According to law enforcement agents, and what is happening is the Americans are being very, very secretive. We're asking them questions, but they're not giving us the answers. But these two light-skinned Negro men were supposed to be taken to court at 1 p.m. this afternoon. Up to 4 p.m., I've attempted to contact the courts in the state of Florida to determine whether or not the two Negro men have been taken to court and charged. But according to a U.S. website, they shall be taken to court between 1 p.m. and 4 p.m. this afternoon. I'm very disappointed with law enforcement that they are not sharing information with me. I think I have a right as a journalist, because I do play journalism, and I do have a right because I want to clean out the F&M. I have a duty to clean our party, notwithstanding the fact that they are upset with me over the fact that I've been voting PLP. The Free National Movement is our party, and I was very upset when I received the international intelligence on the political status of these two Negro first cousins. So we thought we will tell that to you. And since this is a very sensitive political topic, I will avoid asking my spiritual advisor for any comments.
No comments, no comments. We move on.
But for the record, do you have any comments, my spiritual advisor?
No.
This is powerful. Well, so that is what is going on here in the Bahamas. And I call on Bahamians to stop smuggling. See, the Americans don't mind what your party politics is. You see? They're concerned about the fact that citizens of the Bahamas are trafficking into the United States, and they don't care what your politics is. So I call on people, citizens of the Bahamas, to please stop it. If you do not stop it, the Americans will hire you with your stupid self and tell you, take them and the coke to Florida. And when you get to Florida, you get a shock in your life when the smuggler, the man whom you think is a smuggler, is in fact the DEA. Now you'll stop being stupid and stop it, or you're going to get locked up, okay? And I regret, even if I knew you, I wouldn't come to see you, because I scared of plane. And while Florida is like 30 to 35 minutes from the island of New Providence. That's very long for me. And usually when I do fly a plane, like every 10 to 12 years, that's a lot of praying I have to do until I land safely in the United States. So that is breaking news taking place. Okay? So I thought I'll tell that to you. What time is it, my spiritual advisor?
You got 4:20. You got about 7 more minutes.
I got 12 more minutes?
7 more minutes in this segment.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, folks, this evening, there's going to be a wonderful political meeting in Pinewood at the Cleveland Aeneas Primary School at about 7 p.m. And of course, among the top speaker shall be Prime Minister Philip Brave Davis. And we have been advised that this meeting, or perhaps this rally, is being held in the constituency of Miles LaRoda. So I plan to go to this meeting. I'm going to invite everybody to come. But you know, these some drafty nights, so put on hats, you know, put on something on your head, and come in warm clothing, because there's going to be a rally, and after the rally, they shall sally. And I think it's going to be powerful. So it's this evening, 7 p.m., Pinewood Gardens constituency, Cleveland Aeneas Primary School, and it is powerful. Okay? So, my spiritual advisor has diagnosed that I have a serious, what do I have?
Yours is mild. You have a
He has,
mild
right? And
cold or something.
would you believe what my spiritual advisor is recommending that I drink? Can you imagine that? I'm certain that Dr. Michael Dowell was to discover what this is that I am drinking. On Thursday at Atlantis, Dr. Michael Dowell is holding another symposium. This time it's on mental health issues. And that symposium will be between the hours of 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. So I can't let Dr. Dowell know what I'm drinking, but the spiritual advisor think this will cure me. I can't believe it. If Mama knew that I was drinking this, she would be very upset. But sometimes in the culture, you have to listen to the senior people. And of course, my spiritual advisor, when it comes to this kind of what I call, what do we call this?
What you probably need to do,
Yes.
is just get your system boosted.
Get my system
Your immune
boosted.
system, yeah. Just get
What
some.
do you say? Yes,
some
what do I need?
vitamin C.
Vitamin C?
Yeah, vitamin E.
Yeah. What else?
Get some vitamin D from the sun.
Vitamin D.
Then they have this 1,000 milligram thing that you can pop into some water and drink it. Yeah, man.
Mine, they can accuse you of playing doctor.
No, it's just over-the-counter stuff, and it works, though.
Okay.
It works.
Tell them you're only playing doctor, okay?
Yeah, it works, so.
So my spiritual advisor is not a doctor. He's only playing doctor with me. Oh, what do I have? He came in the studio, get me sick, and now he is very upset. Oh, what do I have? Anyway, I drink it, but I won't tell you what I drank, but it's kind of frowsy, okay? So this is powerful. Anyway, so I thought I'd tell you that. These are the exciting things that are happening. The two lying cousins out of Grand Bahama expected to go before the court on the drug smuggling charges. And then, of course, tonight, Prime Minister Philip Brave Davis is going to be in the Pinewood constituency at the Cleveland Aeneas Primary School, where there's going to be a wonderful rally. And then after the rally, we know how it's done. You rally, and then after rally, you sally. So that is powerful. And of course, I have to still talk about the American politics because President Donald Trump is doing some wonderful things in the United States. 1,500 persons who were sent to prison. Donald Trump started freeing them from yesterday. One man, they sent him to jail for 22 years. And of course, he told the media that he would have been very disappointed for Donald Trump to come to power and did not free them. So we are learning here in the Bahamas how to take care of your supporters, particularly when they have participated in insurrection. But the Donald says that they deserve freedom, and guess what? I support Donald Trump. I was so happy when I began to receive reports that 1,500 American citizens involved in that beautiful protest and demonstration on January 6th are now free Americans. Isn't that wonderful? So both sides are freeing their various prisoners and their various suspects. Yesterday, President Joseph Biden, he granted certain pardon. One of the former chairman of the Joint Chief of Staff of the United States Armed Forces, he has been pardoned. So it's a great day in America. And President Donald Trump, he went to church today, and one woman preached, and when the media asked Donald Trump what he thought about her preaching, he was so phenomenal. He said he was displeased with her preaching. So I began to speak to him through the TV. I keep saying, Mr. President, say she ain't saved, but he couldn't hear me. And my family, they kept asking me, why are you saying that? I said, this is what the president meant. So I kept saying, say she ain't saved, but he didn't hear me. But I predict that one day, Donald Trump will declare many Americans not saved. It's powerful. Any comments? When we come back, the spiritual advisor shall make comments. This is powerful. Listen, Bohemians, the Americans have landed. They're catching us. If you have coke and you jump on the boat with the Americans, when you get to Miami, they're gonna lock you up. That's what's going on. Jump on the boat with the Americans, get locked up. It's powerful.
The thoughts, views, and comments expressed by Rodney Munker, his guests, and callers on Freedom March are not necessarily those of the management, ownership, or production unit of the Verizon Media Group. Freedom March is a production of ILTV and cannot be reproduced or represented in part or entirety without express written consent of the Verizon Media Group. Freedom March is the intellectual property of the Verizon Media Group. Copyright 2020. All rights are reserved.
Welcome back to Freedom March, and of course I'm going to invite my spiritual advisor to pay some bills. Brother spiritual advisor.
Thanks so much, Sandra. Saturday, February the 15th is going to be a night to remember. It's Back to Love, our Valentine's event, coming for the first time at the Theater. Freddie Jackson and Regina Bell, along with our very own Essence Band. So get ready and save the date, February the 15th. Follow us on this show and all social media platforms for more information. Everybody needs money always, so send money internationally and locally through Western Union with Money Max. Download the Money Max app today to send cash instantly to a family member or friend anytime and anywhere. Sending money has never been simpler. The app is available on the Apple Store and Google Play Store. Money Max. Live your max life. Do you enjoy watching Freedom March? If so, advertise your business today for as low as $50. Contact us now at 557-0258 or 557-0259 for the Impact Package. Daily TV spots are $50 plus VAT per spot. You get the best price. Impact at glance with over 20,000 daily TV viewers and of course 1,500 plus daily digital viewers. So call us today at 557-0258. That's 557-0258 or 557-0259 for the Impact Package on Freedom March. Thanks so much, producer. Back to you, Senator.
I thank you, my spiritual advisor. Well, folks, there is a controversy which is developing in the official opposition Free National Movement. Our party would like to retire the former Prime Minister, that's Hubert Alexander Minnis, from frontline politics. And we have been doing everything to see if we could quietly convince him, notwithstanding what Lynn Hollowesco may think, that he should step down. Please forgive me. But Dr. Minnis is resisting us. And he is committed to running, even though the party has been secretly contemplating moving Shenandoah Cartwright from St. Barnabas into Minnis constituency. The party is tired of the former Prime Minister. We believe he's not a team player, and we believe that he is creating unnecessary friction. We also believe that he's acting in collusion with Miss Lynn Hollowesco and her children. So therein lies the problem. And so the question for the Free National Movement is, what are we going to do with Hubert Minnis? So Dr. Minnis has had a lot to say. He says he's going to run. He don't care what nobody say. He running. And so therein lies the problem, because the leadership of the Free National Movement would not like for him to run again. We have not gotten over when he was the competent authority and his many mean, spiteful, and dictatorial behavior. So every FNM who has dealt with Dr. Minnis closely, we are intimidated by him. We don't believe that he's safe, and we're trying to persuade him to just walk away. My spiritual advisor, I'm certain you have no comments on that.
But there's an article in the newspaper where he says he's planning on running again.
Yes.
Your eyes are running water.
Is he running as an independent?
We don't know. I mean, remember now, I think the Free National Movement was doing some sort of
Classes.
candidate, what do you call it?
Cadre classes.
Right.
Yeah.
So this is something that they've been doing to, I guess, prep all those people who, or at least people who would probably be chosen to run
Yes.
in the various constituencies. And I can't confirm, but I'm thinking that they probably may not have included him in that. I don't know. I can't confirm that. But the mere fact that he says that he's still going to run means something.
Well, do you think that a former prime minister and a former party leader need to go to school? Don't forget, Dr. Minnis did win. Dr. Minnis did lead them into victory. And is it fair for Michael Pintard to put Dr. Minnis in a classroom with all them newcomers?
Well, I don't know if it's. Look, I mean, okay, I think I understand what you're saying. But I think what's happening now with the Free National Movement, they're trying to, turn the party around into that newer, fresher blood with newer ideas and, new political stamina to deal with the current political landscape. So, and the thing too, what we must realize a lot of times, is there are times when you need to leave some of those old landmarks and pillows there for extra strength.
What do you mean by old landmark? Certainly, Dr. Minnis, as an old land marker, was very effective, was very efficient, did bring Michael Pintard to power.
Yeah, so you should leave some of them there. You should leave some of those old landmarks
Are
there.
you suggesting that Dr.
Mix
Minnis...
them with the fresher crew. So
Are you suggesting that the party should keep Dr. Minnis?
he has some experience, right? How many years he served in Killarney as a member of parliament?
He's been there for
10 years, eh? 10 years?
perhaps, yeah.
He served 5 with Ingram, did he?
And perhaps he did.
Then he served 5 as Prime Minister.
Michael Pintard's problem with Dr. Minnis is Dr. Minnis refused to submit to his leadership.
I think the party just wants to go in a different direction, and that's how it is. It happens like that from time to time.
Are you suggesting that the party should refuse its former prime minister, its former party leader, a nomination?
And that's only because I feel as if they want to go in a different direction with fresher blood, fresher ideas, and a more vibrant, younger crew. I think they probably want to share that.
Are you suggesting
not
to
only
me...
that, I think what has happened too is Dr. Minnis' sins as the competent authority still following him.
Dr. Minnis,
His sins.
well, he has plenty of sins now.
And I think as a result of that, the party's trying to, share the stuff of
Distance
any
themselves
sort
from
of
his
a
sin.
negative.
But Michael
publicity or-
Pintard is a sinner.
We all are, aren't we?
We're talking
but who
about
has the
Michael
greatest
Pintard.
sin?
Huh?
Who has the greatest sin?
Well, is there sin greater than the other sin?
Yeah, there is some great
Really?
sins, yeah.
So there are some sins you could commit, and it's okay then.
And Jesus himself says, you have committed the greatest sin.
Really?
Yeah, we can look at that because I know sometimes people.
Are you
tend to
suggesting
think
to
that-
me that Dr. Minnis' sin
No,
is greater
I don't know.
than Michael Pintard's
I don't know,
sin?
Sandra. See, I don't want to get into that. Let me just stop this right here. I think the party may be wanting to go in a different direction. For some strange reason, I can't tell you why. For some strange reason, they seem to want to distance themselves from the former Prime Minister. Those who are entrenched and steep in politics would know why. But I can't tell you why. So they may not want him to run in Killarney. He says he's going to run. Now, is he going to run as an independent? I don't know.
Is he going to cross the floor?
Yeah, and run for the PLP? I don't know. Could he win as an independent in Kalani? I think he could. But, you know, all the scenarios you're just going to have to look at and see where it goes politically, you know. But right now, it does seem as if the party wants to go in a different direction. The direction that they want to go in does not include Hubert Minnis, who was the former Prime Minister. That's the best I could say.
And do you think they should just expel him?
Senator, anything other than that, I don't know. I couldn't tell you. I can't.
Do you think it's
I can't
fair
get any deeper
for the party
I don't know,
to take his
Senator.
nomination and give it to Shannon Dodd Cartwright?
I don't know anything about that either, so I can't comment.
I'm
on that.
talking about fairness.
I don't know anything about it, so I can't say whether it's fair or not. I don't know. I haven't heard that, so I don't know. I can't comment on that.
Okay.
All right?
So, folks, this is the controversy that has developed in the Free National Movement, and Dr. Minnis is determined that he's going to remain an FNM, and he is determined to run. And I think for the Free National Movement, their most fundamental problem should be Mrs. Lynn Pipefram Holovesco and all of her children, because during the period in which Dr. Minnis ruled as competent authority, he was very competent to Lynn Holovesco and her children, damn. And I don't think Lynn and the children will ever forget or abandon Dr. Hubert Minnis. So, it's powerful.
Indeed.
Well, we leave Dr. Minnis for the time being, and you would recall that last week Thursday, which I think might have been the 16th of January, the Health Minister, Dr. Michael Dowell, held a symposium on rooting out violence. And this morning, I had to root out a lot of violence, me and the police. So I've taken some photographs, but I shall not show the picture because one of the Negro man, he's very good at using a hatchet. And I don't want the Tribune to cost me to get chopped. But I have some wonderful photographs. I want to thank the police for interrupting what potentially could have been a serious crime. So I just saying that so the Tribune would know that bright and early this morning, me and the police, we worked jointly and we interrupt the potential to have violence. And I can show it to you now, beautiful photographs, because I give instruction, take these pictures, so when the Tribune upset me, I can just put them on TV and let them see me and the police. And I want the Commissioner of Police to know that I ran into police who one of the first thing that they did was to turn on the camera. Man, I was so proud of them as they turned on the camera. And every now and then I used to say to them, y'all make sure y'all video me in this, because I want the Commissioner of Police to see that I'm also able to interrupt and to fight crime. So from that perspective, the instructions are being carried out. I mean, it was amazing, this female police officer who immediately turned on the camera. So she has everything. So nobody could lie, all right? So I thought I'll tell that to you. Well, having told that to you, did I talk about Dr. Michael Dowell? Because I'm getting old.
You started to.
And then they're switching.
Yeah, there is
Okay.
going to be a mental health act in action symposium.
Mental Health
Act in action.
In action, symposium.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's going to be held this Thursday, which is the 23rd. Producer, you can put that up first, please. This Thursday, the 23rd of January 2025, is the time is from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. It's going to be at the Atlantis Resorts, Coral Towers, the Grand Ballroom A. And so they're inviting us to attend this symposium center. The Ministry of Health and Wellness, in partnership with the Pan American Health Organization, the World Health Organization, and the Mental Health Program Unit, the Public Hospital Authority, Sandlands Rehabilitation Center, and the Bahamas Psychological Association will be hosting a symposium under the theme Mental Health Act in Action. And we would like to send you an invitation to attend and participate in that day's program. And the goal of the symposium is to highlight mental health initiatives that are occurring throughout the Commonwealth of the Bahamas in a public, informative setting. During the event, there will be a variety of speakers who will represent different facts of the mental health landscape, and there will be opportunities for the audience to engage. The symposium will be held this Thursday, January 23rd, 2025 at the Atlanta Scarlet Towers Grand Ballroom A and B from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. So, there you have it, Sandra.
I thank you, my spiritual advisor.
Indeed.
So, folks, as you are aware, we have either one, amended the Mental Health Act, and or two, introduced a new mental health law. Here in the Bahamas, the Mental Health Act that existed prior to this one was not a very effective one, and I would like to see if this one is going to be effective. So that is why I can't wait for Thursday to go to Paradise Island to hear what they say, taking into consideration that I worked, it's a secret, at the Sandlands Rehabilitation Center as a very young man. So I left it secret. I left it information. I can tell you who abused the patients. Watch out for me. You see? So I can attend the conference, and there's nothing that they can tell me based on my experience having been employed at the Sandlands Rehabilitation Center and the Geriatric Hospital. So here I am, many, many years later. I can debate with whatever professional they have, because the professionals who once run the Sandlands Rehabilitation Center, most of these people who's going to show up to the forum, I know they know Dr. Henry Pileski. You think they know Dr. Henry Pileski? I knew him. Do you think they knew Dr. Nizamuddin? I think that's the way they pronounce his name. I knew him. Do you think they knew Dr. Hamilton? I knew Dr. Hamilton. Do you think they knew Dr. Timothy McCartney? I knew him.
You're a psychologist, eh?
He was a psychologist.
Mm-hmm. What about Pileski? I heard the name Pileski when I was younger.
Pileski was psychiatrist.
Yeah, when I was a young man, it's here with doctors. We used to crack joke. They say, listen, man, I think you need to go see Dr. Pileski.
Right.
So if somebody says that, what are they trying to imply?
Well, he was a psychiatrist.
So he studied the mind.
He studied the mind.
Or human behavior.
And he was very good at giving ECT. You know what's ECT?
ECT.
Yeah, it's electrical convulsive treatment. And that is where
what they hit you with?
he would take 2 prongs, take it out of a saline solution, put it right here on your temple, and cut on the current.
You serious?
And when he turns it up, you jump. You jump.
Oh, really?
And one of my jobs was to hold you down.
Wasn't that abusive?
It was not abusive, because in some instances they give you an injection and put you to sleep, and it's only when you're getting the ECT that you jump away.
That's an ancient old
It works.
To deal with
there are many patients
issues.
who had suffered from what they diagnosed as catatonic schizophrenia. And if you're suffering from catatonic schizophrenia, if you're standing, you don't move. If you're laying down, you don't move. If you're sitting down, you don't move. You don't eat, you don't drink, and whatever natural, it's done right there. Okay?
But we do have a very serious problem here in on the island of Providence with mental health issues. I'm sure a lot of folks would agree as you go through the streets, and it's particular certain over the hill areas in particular, that you would see people that really has this mental health problem. And most of you, and I think this Mental Health Act and Action Symposium is very timely indeed, because I always wonder when you look around today, unless I am just not really in tune with things, there seem to be more people suffering with mental health problems now. I don't know why. In particular, there's this roundabout in the Oaksville area where there's that Shell gas station, the College of the Bahamas, Commonwealth Bank, and the shopping plaza with the food store there. A lady is on that, she's on that roundabout. Look like she lives there. Obviously, she seemed to be challenged. And I always wonder, how do you get this woman help? You know, because she's been living on this roundabout. There are times when you could actually see her defecating.
The first problem,
She's defecating on this roundabout.
the first problem she's faced with is discrimination.
Okay, but let's do this first. I always wonder.
We're talking mental health.
Right.
If you're going to fight mental health and you start to discriminate, then you will not fight mental health.
Well, that should not be the thing. I mean, you should not discriminate against a person who has mental health challenges. The person is human.
You shouldn't
The person is human
discriminate
first.
against anybody.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
But I am telling you what it is. I can give you information that you don't have. So I'm going to give you some information.
Well, before you do that, but there are people who are on the streets for years and just walking around. There's another young man that lies down on the road with his dogs, and look like people are trying to help his dogs, actually. They bring him dog food. He's on that light where there's this, where the only sign, the only turn on red sign is located, right? And he paces himself up and down there, that Reef restaurant, the old restaurant there. And obviously you can see that he is challenged mentally. And I wonder, who would ever try to clean this young man up and get him off the streets? Because obviously he's challenged. and
that
needs
would
help.
have to be a state responsibility, because in some instances, families are unable to do it. Some persons are too violent, they are too aggressive, their family, their parents might be old people, so there's nothing they can do but state interference. But at the heart of it is discrimination. So I'm going to give you a job. When you run into the next person, engage them in a conversation and find out who they are. Then, as you talk with them, you're going to be shocked as to who they are. And you will then discover, no wonder they are hanging on the street and no one is assisting them. You heard me?
But doesn't the state have some sort of responsibility to deal with that?
Let's hope with the new Mental Health Act, the state takes responsibility for it.
Because there's this other, he is a patient, no doubt. He hangs out in the Centerville area, and there are times when he takes his whole load of garbage, whatever it is that he has, and he sits down across the road from a preschool, basically, primary school, whatever you call it. And then there are times when he is basically half naked, and he exposes himself. And I always wonder, well, when is the government going to pay attention to these people who, basically because of their health challenges, they may not be violent, they may not cause any problems as far as law is concerned, but then there's some other things about them that greatly disturbs normal people like me and you, and the way that they either carry themselves or some of their actions.
In my days, when I worked at Sandlands Rehabilitation Center, if those persons were checked in, we, the attendants, our duty would have been to bathe them off. So we take them into the shower and we soak them up and bathe them off. Dr. Boleski will then diagnose them, and he would give instruction to give them an injection called Legatil, I think it's called. Okay? And of course, the nurses would then give him that medication, and then after a while you begin to see the person coming around. If the person is in that catatonic state where they either sit down, lay down, and don't move, then they give them ECT and other treatment. But essentially, it is to get them into the Sandlands Rehabilitation Center, where there are trained professionals, where they're trained psychiatric nurses, where they're trained, if I can use this word, psychiatric attendants. And you bathe them off, you clean them up, you feed them, whatever physical illness they have, it is treated along with the mental health problem. The problem in the country is we have not been doing it, and the country is not agitated. We are not agitated to say to the government, we have to find a means by which we can take people who we see is littering up and down and try to provide them with care. There are some who argue that to arrest them and take them in is a violation of their human rights.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering, yeah.
This is Freedom March. On Thursday, Dr. Michael Darville will be at Atlantis. We're talking mental health in action. It's powerful. God save the King. God save mentally challenged people. They need help. We must help them. It's powerful.
Freedom March with Rodney Monker will be right back after this. This is Freedom March with Rodney Monker.
Welcome back to Freedom March, and of course, it's birthday time, isn't it, Bradley?
Yeah, we got some birthday shout-outs to do today. We got a couple of shout-outs. Let's see, where we at? Okay, so today, yeah, we did this yesterday, but we didn't have the photo, so we're gonna send Simone Miller again a happy birthday, celebrate her birthday over the weekend past. So happy birthday to Simone Miller. It's coming from all your family and friends, your mom, your brother, your two brothers, and of course all the members of the HPCOC, all the Church of Christ here on Darlington Providence. So happy birthday to Simone Miller. Skylar, happy first birthday to Skylar from your parents and grandparents. Wishing you a very, very special day. Happy birthday to Skylar. Deidre Miller, that's true, Rodney. You know Deidre Miller?
Really?
Birthday is on Tuesday, the 21st of January, that's the day. He's 49, coming from all the family and friends. So happy birthday to Deidre Miller. Happy birthday to you. Charlotte Marshall. Happy birthday to Charlotte Marshall, celebrating 70 years. Birthday, we love you. Coming from the children, Tina, Lydia, Corey, Latoya, Ronaldo, and Rashad. Sisters Veronica Pratt and Linda Marshall, brothers Edward and Stephen Marshall, the wonderful nieces and nephews, cousins, and all her friends and family. Have a beautiful day. Happy birthday to Charlotte Marshall. Jalen Roberts. Happy birthday to Jalen Roberts from his father, Justin Roberts, and a mother, Lindia Duncanson. Grandmother, Mary Hill and Tina Parker. Grandfather, Mark Duncanson, and the grandmother, Annie Roberts. Auntie Frederick Winters, Earlene Hill, Doris Roberts, Uncle Herbie Roberts, Preston Roberts, Dr. Christopher Roberts, Police Corporal Julian Roberts, Auntie Carmen Roberts. Miss Rita God continue to dwell around you with good health and happy birthday to you. That's Jalen Roberts. Let's see, Joycelyn. Happy birthday to Joycelyn, coming from her daughters, Alicia, Candace, and Alice. And her granddaughters, Zora, Anaya, and Deniki. Happy birthday to Joycelyn. Simeon Murphy. We want to send a happy birthday to Simeon Murphy. It's coming from his wife, Valerie LaRoda Murphy. So happy birthday to Simeon Murphy. All right. Looks like it, eh? Do you have anything, Sandra?
Well, I want to join you in wishing each and every one of those wonderful citizens a happy, happy birthday. And I think it's powerful. Well, in our court, we had a Negro man by the name of Ricardo Culmer. He had been accused of a robbery and receiving. The learned magistrate granted Brother Culmer bail. And all of last year, perhaps 13 times, he did not comply with the conditions of his bail. And the condition was that he was to report to a particular police station and sign in. Do you know the police has alleged in the magistrate court that Brother Culmer never showed up to sign in? And the magistrate now has revoked his bail. Now, can you imagine it? You're 29, you're charged with armed robbery and receiving. And you wouldn't go to the police station and sign in as a condition of your bail. So the senior magistrate revoked his bail and sent him to the King's prison. Isn't that amazing? That is what has happened in your society. Meanwhile, the police are saying that it's been relatively peaceful. So it appears that there's been no crime other than the one that we prevented this morning. So I thought I'd tell that to you. Anything you want to talk about, my spiritual advisor?
There is some public concern
Yes.
on social media about some notices that appears in one of the local newspapers where it does seem as if some Chinese nationals have applied by intent to change name by a deed poll. And so the public seem to be kind of wondering like what is going on, because now we see these Chinese, they want to wear the last name Davis. Let me give an example. Public notice, intent to change name by deed poll. So the public is hereby advised that I, Xu Jiao Liu, actually this Xuejiao, if you Google it, it is a Chinese name and it has something to do with being handsome and beautiful. So Louis, or Liu, of lot number 113 Ocean Club Estates, in care of P.O. Box SP60063 on Paradise Island, Bahamas, intend to change my name to Cheryl Davis. Forgive me, folks. Intend to change my name to Cheryl Davis. If there's any objections to challenge the name by deed poll, you may write such objections to the Chief Passport Officer at P.O. Box N742 Nassau, the Bahamas, no later than 30 days after the date of the publication of this notice. So there are 3 notices in particular attached to this lot number 113 in Ocean Club Estates. So the other person is Zhengyu Chang. The public is hereby noticed that I, King Jingong Chang, of lot number 113 Ocean Club Estates, P.O. Box SP6063 Paradise Island, the Bahamas, intend to change my name to Kira Davis. And of course, if anyone have any objections to the name by deed poll change, you may write such objections to the Chief Passport Officer. So, Senator, you may have more information about this, the way this is being handled, than me.
Are these Chinese members of the Negro race?
I don't know who these people are. But I know the public notice appears in the paper. Okay. So this is legal, right?
Yeah, there are many occasions when you may have to change your name.
Okay.
Take for instance, Mr. What is his surname? The first name is his
Liu.
surname.
Huh?
The first name is his surname. So what is the first name you see?
Xuejiao. Huh? Lu Zhao?
Okay. So that would be his surname. His mother could have just told him.
But it's a woman. I don't know. This person wants to change the name to Cheryl Davis.
So we can assume that it's a female. Suppose her mother finally told her who her dad is.
Oh.
So she may then decide, I want to carry my
father's
daddy's name.
Okay.
So what she will do, she is required to apply for a new passport and do a deed poll. You are required to advertise it twice in one of each of the dailies. Then you make an application for a passport. You send it to the passport officer. He, in turn, will send it to the Security and Intelligence Branch. There they will quietly do a search on you to determine if you are a gangster, to determine who you are. Then, if you are just an ordinary citizen who's changing your name, fine, they keep a file on you. If you are a gangster, as Mr. Wu, you'll become Mr. Gangster when you take on the new name. So there's no problem, because in this society there are many children who daddy didn't sign for them. And when they become adults, they decide, boy, I can't my pa name, so they do a deed poll. And then there are cases where some children, there are misspellings. They might spell Sharia with an A, but have documents where it ends in an E. So they want to correct that. So that requires a deed poll. And we have to be careful that we are not racist, because we had a Bahamian and he changed his name. He was a darling, wonderful Negro man. And one day he decided he would change his name to Moon Rock Funk. It was a great name. I couldn't wait to see him. When I see him, I would say, Moon Rock Funk, how are you doing? I said, Brother Monica, I am fine. And he changed his name from Darling to Moon Rock Funk. It's a beautiful name. So you are allowed to change your name, but the passport office will ask the police quietly to do an examination to determine what this is. So
once they change their names, then they're going to get Bahamian passports.
Well, they were always entitled to Bahamian passport.
So you think they were born here in the Bahamas?
Yeah.
These applicants here?
Yeah.
Okay.
You can't get a passport unless you were born here,
Okay.
or you were adopted by Bahamians, or somehow you received citizenship. So if you're displeased with your name, you can change it by deed poll. I had a cousin who did that. He was a Ferguson, and he wasn't pleased with his name, so he changed his name, and his name is like 25 names. That's what he did, and it was lawful.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so there's no need for the public to be alarmed
But you have a friend
over that.
who doesn't like that. The Negro man who shares a similar surname with you. He's angry
Rule?
that happened. So,
A rule? He's a rule?
yeah, that's a similar surname like yours. So any other Chinese changing their name?
No, just those three.
Okay.
Now, the other one seems to be straightforward because it does seem as if the other one is a father. He has a Bahamian last name, but his son may have been carrying.
The mother name?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he wants to change the son last
You
name.
can do
his
that.
Name. Yeah.
Yeah, and
That's
better still,
that's what he's doing.
he even could change the mother name.
Just get married to her.
No, he even don't have to get married to her. She can do a deed poll taking on his surname.
Okay.
Okay? Don't forget now, marrying doesn't necessarily mean that these Bahamian women can carry a surname. Because in one of our most sensitive government agency, everybody think the woman is that surname. But she's not. Her problem is she's hiding her husband. Do you get me? Yeah.
Okay.
So that's what happened. Any other scandal you can find?
Yeah, well, there was this video. There was this video that went viral. And mind you, I'm just seeing it this morning, where it does appear as if a police officer is arresting a man clothed in purple attire. He looks like he could possibly be a preacher.
Preachers are open to be arrested if the police can find evidence that they broke the law.
So what happened
Where
is
was he arrested?
inside the church service. So police declined to comment.
They arrested him in the church service?
Yeah, he was. Seems as if he may have been preaching.
And they went into the church and arrested him?
They went into the service. And
He
they
must have been
arrested him.
accused of murder
I don't
or
know.
rape. I would submit.
But the
hold on
Christian
for a
Council
second.
was calling for some sort of a response from the police. But the police declined to comment yesterday after the video purporting to show the arrest of a man during the church service went viral. The Tribune understands that representatives of the Bahamas Christian Council reached out to the police and were told an internal inquiry was launched. One prominent pastor noted that it's unusual for police to arrest people during the church service. They normally wait until after the service, so we don't know which church it is, who was involved.
Well, don't forget, I gave you a story that you didn't believe. I told you that me and the police went to one of your churches.
Now, I don't... Okay, Sandra, do you know which church I meet with? Do you know which church I go to?
Yeah, I know.
I meet with the Church of Christ.
It's one of them.
Hold on now. Is it Highbury Park?
Do not put me on the spot.
I have to find out. Is it Highbury Park?
Do not put me on the
Is it
spot.
Yellow Elder?
Don't put me on the spot.
Is it Westridge?
It's one of the churches.
Is it the Church of Christ?
Yeah.
Is it the first century church?
Yes.
Let me ask a question. When you went in, did you go into the service?
Yes.
Did you see any instruments there? Mechanical instruments like drum, piano,
No.
band?
I saw no drums.
You saw any organ?
I saw no organs.
You saw any piano?
I didn't see any pianos.
You didn't see no mechanical instruments?
I didn't see no mechanical
Oh, you
instruments.
can't remember?
I didn't see any of those.
Okay. All right. So if you didn't see any of those, then that's possibly the first century
My
church.
spiritual advisor, I'm 68. I
Alright.
could take you to the church. There's a reason why I wouldn't
What's the
tell you
location?
the church.
Tell me. What's
I
the
can't
location?
tell you it.
Do you know where I go? Do you know who I meet with?
My spiritual advisor.
Listen, I meet in a 2-story white building.
Do you know why
across the street
do
from
you-
Holy Cross
Do you
Anglican
know why I
Parish?
can't tell you what church it is?
I'm just telling you where I meet. I meet in a 2-story white building across the street from Holy Cross Anglican Parish and Highbury Park. Now that is where the first century church meets.
Let's forget that. All right? I told you that I accompanied the security and intelligence branch.
SIB.
Yes, at your church.
We have a member who used to be a part of the SIB. As a matter of fact, he's an elder now in the church.
Okay. Anyway, let's leave it alone, eh?
Yeah.
All
So what's the policy? Is there a policy that
well,
the police don't normally go into a
traditionally,
church service and arrest people?
I think it all depends because don't forget now, we are seeing different kinds of pastors. If your pastor, suppose you have a gangster pastor, right? The police may have to go into church for him, depending on what he's accused of. Suppose cat pastor is accused of shooting a gun, you will have to go after pastor. Suppose he is accused of having some sinful relationship, which is a criminal offense. You may have to. Things are happening because there are many men of God who are not following the gospel correctly. So the police recognize they are safe by going to the church, even though the woman kicked the police. I don't,
It does seem as if some woman may have.
I want to rebuke her.
Yeah, that's not right.
No mother
You
of
can't
the
do that.
church.
And she actually raised her leg.
Let me speak. As leader of the woman dam, it is a sin for a mother of a church to kick any police in the holy sanctuary. You don't. What you should say is, Pastor, quietly go with the police. But certainly, to kick the police, it's an assault. And you're lucky that that police is a saved man. Okay? See, the world is changing. There was a time when the church was sacred and holy, but many people have gone astray. You follow?
Yeah,
So the
he
police
did
show up.
something. He did
Yeah.
something.
And the Christian Council was wrong to ask the police why. If the police is investigating me for criminal offense, but have not come to a conclusion as to whether or not they should charge me, they have no right to be besmirching my character. When pastor is hauled before the court, the Christian Council will then know. All right? I want it to be stopped. That is what Archbishop complained about in 1984. So I want you all to stop it, all right? If you act responsibly, the police has no reason to come into church. But if you're about to break the law, if you're going to rape, if you're going to rob, if you're going to shoot gun, what you want the police to do? Secondly, my spiritual advisor is not being fair because he don't believe that that's the church. He calls it a building. So if it's a building,
Yeah, the building is not the church.
so if the building is not the church,
We are the church.
okay, so the police can go into the building and arrest.
Yeah, because remember now, the word church comes from the Greek word ekklesia, and it means the called out. It means those who have been called out of a fellowship into another fellowship with Jesus. So
Okay.
we are the church. So that building is not holy.
Okay. So the
it's
police,
just a place set aside
so
where
the
Christians
police,
meet.
so the police can't be blamed then.
Well, I mean, you may look at it in a tactical sense in that he's probably disrupting the service, which of course is set apart. The service itself is set apart and holy.
Are you suggesting
You
to
know?
me that if a pastor has committed a crime and entered the church to preach, CDU can't go after pastor?
Well, here's what is being alleged, okay? It is being alleged that he may have been arrested for unlawful sexual intercourse with a 15-year-old girl who was subsequently impregnated. The officers tried to carry him peacefully, but he resisted, which may have led to, the brief confrontation showed.
Well, we must tell pastors, and if you are a pastor and the police say you are under arrest, you should go with the police. As simple as that. The police say, listen, pastor, you are under arrest. Go with the police. Other than that, you run the risk of the police using lawful force. And even God would understand that, because we are taught as Christians that we should submit ourselves to what, my spiritual advisor? The local authority?
Yeah, Romans chapter 13, is it?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. But the police, but mother of the church kicked him.
No, that was wrong.
I didn't think
that is very unchristian. That's not
I
Christ-like at all.
understood it wasn't the police she had intended to kick.
Oh.
When she heard the allegation, she wanted to
But
kick.
how could she have heard that in such a short space of time?
My spiritual advisor, when she heard the allegation, she wanted to kick the pastor.
Well,
Okay.
she was not in the right position to do that at the time because apparently the police was in the back. So
Okay.
her foot would hit the police first.
See, the Christian Council should issue a statement telling members of the council that they're not to do this. See, that's what the Christian Council should do. But if the police lock up a pastor, that's the way it should be done. You issue a statement calling on pastors to be faithful to the scripture. And if the police lock you up, we tell the pastors, listen, behave yourself, because if the police arrest you,
Yeah.
we may disfellowship you. All right?
All right, so there's a possibility that the pastor may have sinned.
Okay.
He may have broken the law, and of course he may have sinned against God.
Okay.
And of course,
Yeah.
God has a way of dealing with sins, and so does the church. So,
And so does the police.
yep.
Yeah.
Yep. So,
Okay. I've never been locked up in my church because I conduct myself properly, so the police never came for me. But if you act in such a way that the police feels compelled to grab you in the church, clearly you're not safe. Clearly you're not safe. Because if I'm in church and I see the police coming, and I ask the officers, what are you all here for? And depending on what they say, I'll say, officers, no, I am safe. Please leave me alone. But you ain't safe if the police come to lock you up for that. Simple as that. Now, what other scandals do you have to report?
everything else is basically.
So the Chinese are turning their names into a Davis.
That's not a scandal. It's just a request. They're trying to, I guess, get sorted out. They want the government to issue them some passports. So,
Well, I don't know if you should say it that way,
how should I say it?
because they might be holders of passports.
You think it's foreign passports?
No, they might have been passports. A foreigner can't come here, change his name and get a passport. We'll be right back, folks. God save the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. God save the Bahamian people. God save the King. We'll be right back after the break. It's powerful today. Hold on, everybody.
Do you have something to say to the Senator? Call Freedom March at 323-7775. Toll free from anywhere in the Bahamas at 242-300-0045. Freedom March with Rodney Monker, only on ILTV. is Freedom March with Rodney Monker.
Welcome back to Freedom March. My name is Rodney Monker. Bradley Roll is my spiritual advisor. And Tanya, are you there, Tanya? How are you?
Good afternoon, Rodney Munker, and good afternoon, spiritual advisor. Tanya coming to you live from Shop Smart Department Store, where we always tell you we're here for you for whatever season of your life and for everyday living. And you know, we're in the month of love. Love lives here at Shop Smart, and we just want to bring you up to date on all of the new Valentine's items that we have in stock here. We know that you love sweets during this time. As you can see, our Valentine's tree is completed, so just some ideas for you. What we have here is we have all sorts of candies for you. We've got the medium-sized kisses, we've got the small kisses for you, and we have got all of these decadent chocolates just for you in at Shop Smart. Mr. Munker, look at this. We have found the perfect man for all the ladies. He is sweet and decadently rich. So just come on down to Shop Smart. We've got you covered. We have got here the jumbo. I am talking about the huge kisses here. You can come and get it. Ladies, look at this. We have got the chocolate roses. So you can get your sweet as well as your chocolate rose. You can come on in and get it. We've got all of these beautiful chocolates for you. And if you need to come in and get your M&Ms or your kisses in the tube, whatever it is your heart desire here, if you're looking for something sweet, then just come on down to Shop Smart. We have got you covered this Valentine's season and every season. Don't forget that Shop Smart Department Store is right here at number 122 Mackey Street. And we're here Monday to Saturday from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. for your shopping convenience. But if you can't come in the store, all you need to do is give us a call. Our numbers here at the store, 698-1051 or 698-1052. Or you can just send us a message on our WhatsApp line. That number, 813-4397. That is 813-4397. And like I always say, remember, shop early, shop often, and shop smart. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Freedom March.
Thank you, Tanya. Tanya, I could use me some chocolate. Well, folks, we started the show by telling you of two citizens who lives in Grand Bahama, Alfred and Runo Lang, both of whom are in the United States, in the state of Florida. They were expected to be arraigned for drug smuggling after they took an undercover DEA agent along with some drugs to the States, and they were arrested. We also told you that tonight, Prime Minister Philip Davis, in his capacity as PM and leader of the governing Progressive Liberal Party, he will speak at a mass rally, a mass gathering at the Cleveland Aeneas Primary School in the constituency of Miles Neroda, that's Pinewood Gardens. That rally starts at about 7 p.m. So it's powerful. Bradley?
If you can open the lines, the numbers to call us is 323-7775, 698-0775, and 698-0776. So we got about 23 minutes or so to entertain some calls. So you can call us. 323-7775, 698-0775, and 698-0776. Welcome to Freedom March Call. You're live.
Spiritual advisor, good afternoon. How are you?
Good afternoon.
All right, Mr. Munker, how are you?
I'm fine, sir.
All right, Mr. Munker, I just have a spiritual advisor. I just have a little issue I want you all to address to me.
Okay.
And I know this happened a few times. Now, I have two cell phones, right? And tell you what I'm getting at right now. So today, I don't know if you guys got it. the police sent out a Marco alert in reference to a young girl. I don't know if any of you all got that today.
Yeah,
She's 16 years old.
yeah.
Yes.
Right. Okay. Here's my concern. Sometimes they were sending out, one of my phones was saying the young girl is missing. Then the next communication to my other phone saying the young lady was abducted. The police needs to get it together as to if the person is missing or if the person is abducted, because that's a different level of alert. You see what I'm saying?
I got you.
And so the communication, the message is mixed. I notice it happens more often than not. So they need to make it clear. If the person is missing, because I can intentionally go missing, but I can't abduct myself. So they need to make it clear to the public if these children are actually abducted or if they actually missing. And that's something they need to look into. I don't know if it's a system error or what, but it's kind of concerning because me as a parent with a young daughter, I go on a different level if I hear abduction. You see?
Yeah.
All right, so just that's something you all got to look into for me. Thanks.
All right, thank you so much. Appreciate
What
that.
does that one say?
It said the child is missing.
Missing?
Yeah.
Not abducted?
No.
Yeah.
No.
Okay. But we take note of what he says.
Yeah.
Okay. Hello. Welcome to Freedom Match.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Hello.
Yes.
Good afternoon.
Afternoon.
Yes. The Bible says, upon this rock I will build my church,
Oh, hallelujah.
and the gates of hell shall not prevail against it.
What's the rock? What's the rock?
Who's the rock, spiritual advisor?
What is the rock?
Who is the rock?
Jesus Christ is the rock, my brother.
Okay then. So what is Delta Fernanda crying about? The building? Or is he crying about Jesus Christ himself?
That's deep.
Huh? Who is he crying about?
Yeah, the church
If the
does on Jesus
pastor
Christ.
commits an offense, as alleged, the police have all authority, especially a serious offense, to get him. He's not above the law.
What
We
about...
need to stop
let
being
me-
hypocrites in this country.
Let me ask you a question. What about the provision of the act that says you cannot disturb a divine service?
It's one gun.
Yes.
It's one gun.
Yes.
There is a law, so you can't disturb a divine service.
Right.
But the law, there is amendment to the law, you know. The Bible says the police have the authority to go wherever there's believed an offense has been committed. How you know they ain't been committed in the church? How you know it wasn't committed there? How you know somebody ain't called and say it was committed there? You don't know the facts.
They're not doing that still. I know they used to do it.
All right? You don't know the facts.
Okay.
So, therefore, tell Delta Fernanda, stop crying about a building, eh? Because Jesus is the rock. That's who we should be worrying about.
The rock of our salvation.
Tell the pastor them start yielding to temptation.
Oh,
They say
hallelujah.
they call themselves the man of God. Live holy and separate and apart from the world.
This is true.
They need to start going after plenty of them. I ain't calling no name, but plenty of them in the church need to be locked up.
So are they really sinning?
Sinning?
Yeah.
They're an abomination.
Really?
Some of them.
Okay.
Thank you, caller. We appreciate you. 323-7775 is the number to call. 698-0775. Welcome to Freedom March, caller. You're live. Are you there, caller?
Yes.
Go ahead.
Hello?
You're live.
Okay. I want to make a comment on the nomination of Mr. Alcides in the St. Barnabas constituency. You hear me?
Yes.
Now I don't know if you're familiar with Mr. Alcides' political history.
I do know Mr. Alcides.
Yeah, well, let me just give you a little brief. He ran 5 times for Parliament, and he only won twice.
Okay.
And in the 2017 election in Golden Isles, one mayor completely destroyed. One mayor got 65% of the votes. In 2021, he was nominated and he ran in St. Barnabas. He was beaten by Shannon Cartwright. Okay? So he got beat twice back to back. in 2017 and in 2021. Now, if you will follow in politics, you will know that 2021 was the year the voters was the swing to the PLP.
But there's a point you're missing. Shenandoah had in his campaign $36 million. Are you aware of that?
No. See, okay, that might have influenced. That might have, money could have been an influence.
Okay.
Okay, let me just continue, my brother. Okay, now, in 2021, it was the swing to the PLP. The PLP won in non-traditional areas, like they won in Abaco, and the one in Elutra.
But
as you know,
but you're overlooking. But you're overlooking the fact that Shenandoah had $36 million.
I don't think that had anything to do with it.
St. Barnabas.
I don't think that had anything to do with it.
Let me continue, brother. Every 5 years, I don't know if every research is showing that, or we know that every 5 years the government changes, no matter what side you look. It doesn't matter whether it's PLP or SNM. At the end of the election, 5 years, you gone.
So what's your point? Make your point.
My point is, there are 15 constituencies in New Providence that are swing constituencies which the PLP can win in the next election.
Okay.
So what should be done with Michael Giddens?
Okay, let me give some example, brother. In Pearl Pines.
Listen.
The constituency of Pearl Pines.
I'm not going to listen to this F&M any further.
He's not. So what's the point with Michael Akilas? Where you think Michael, the PLP should have him run?
Please take
That's the point.
next call.
Welcome to Freedom House Call. You're live.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Mr. Liza, what about this mask you have on? What's something you hear that I don't know about?
No, it's just, I'm just on the side of caution. What happened is a lot of people are picking up a bug, you know, and I'm just on the side of caution, not to alarm anybody.
Okay.
Yeah.
It surprised me. I didn't, I'm just interested in to know, because I got mine on the side.
Yeah, there's a terrible bug going around. A lot of people are getting sick, so on what is called the side of caution. That's all it is, okay?
I get you, because I had mine, so I get rid of mine.
Okay.
Yeah. All right, now, I heard y'all was talking about arrested. I didn't catch the whole thing, but that this pastor was arrested in church. Now, there's a great power that all police officers have, using your discretion. And for a small country like this, with due respect, any pastor that is on the pulpit, especially if he's preaching, officers should never go in that church and take him out, the pastor, off the pulpit and arrest him. He should wait quietly until the pastor finish what he's doing, come down off the pulpit, and when he comes out of his meeting, then he should approach the pastor. But that going on the pulpit and take him down, that's a no-no.
Even though the pastor sinned?
But they already had him anyhow. I understand your point,
Even though the pastor is accused of rape?
That's fine. I mean, it's not fine, but listen, caller, I get your point. They already had him cornered. He didn't have anywhere to go. They could have waited.
Yeah, but that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, they could have waited.
No.
He wasn't going anywhere.
What you talking about, that is irrelevant.
Listen.
We don't want to know what he's charged with. It seems as though you have no respect for a pastor.
Listen.
But I do.
We are rooting out violence.
But that song bad you saying there what he is charged for. You leave that alone. The police ain't talking about it clearly like you. You have to be, because if someone connected to you, you will never call their name. And you will never say what they're charged with. That's very bad of you.
I've never called anybody's name. I'm saying to you that the pastor must act responsibly. Other than that, it's a new day. And if you are sinful, the police will forget you are a pastor.
But what I say, and I stand by that.
Discretion.
Well, I stand by that, because he could use his discretion.
There you go.
I am an ex-policeman, and I know what discretion means.
That's a valid point.
Okay, well, you start telling pastors to be responsible.
Yeah, that's interesting, caller. They could have waited. I agree with
that. Yes. So, Advisor, you have a nice afternoon.
Yes, sir, you too.
And let the man escape.
He wouldn't escape, man. They had the church buildings around the center.
My spiritual advisor,
where do you think he was going?
The police, in his judgment, felt that the crime of which the pastor is accused, they had to catch him straight in the pulpit. Hello, welcome to Freedom March.
Good afternoon, hello.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir, you're live.
Yes, good afternoon, spiritual advisor, Mr. Montgomery.
Yes.
Quick concerning question about my situation. I was diagnosed with monopoly last year.
Monopoly?
There's a diabetic.
Okay.
Monopoly in the arms, legs.
Okay.
And I sent my doctor, and my doctor put me on a disabled list, and I went to National Insurance, and I was asking for disability benefits from them. And they sent me to their doctor to get examined, and I did the protocol, and I got examined from their doctor, and they gave me disabled. This is from last year, September.
Okay.
And however, every month, I keep calling back to National Insurance to ask them if there's anything came through yet for me to get medications and help me out with my disability.
And what did they say?
They told me I approve and check back next month, check back next month, check back next month. And it's an on-lingering process, but I was like, I wanted to ask a question. When will I be able to get a check from National Insurance for my disabled ability? Because right now I can't even purchase medicines to help my body. I've been paying National Insurance from I was 17. I'm now 49, 50 years old.
Do you know Philip McKinsey?
Not really, sir.
Philip McKinsey is the chairman of the National Insurance Board. He's married to my dad's first cousin.
Okay, Philip McKinsey, I can write it down.
Yeah, at about 7 o'clock.
Yes, sir.
You send me a text.
Yes, sir.
With your name.
Yes, sir.
And your national insurance number.
Sounding good.
And I promise to forward it to my dad's first cousin husband, which is Philip McKinsey. I'm proud to tell the country that my dad's first cousin-in-law is in charge of national insurance. You think you'll remember it?
Yes, sir, Philip McKinsey.
Yeah, and do you have my number?
Yes, sir, Mr. Montgomery.
Well, you send it to me.
Yes, sir, right away.
7 p.m. this evening.
Congratulations, I will.
Thank you.
Thank you for helping me, sir.
No problem.
You're welcome.
All right, I'll have a blessed day.
You too. Take your call. 323-7775 is the number to call. 698-0775. 698-0776. Welcome to Freedom March Call. You're live.
Spiritual advisor.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. This sanctuary, a place for criminals shouldn't be even practicing this country, be able to take or otherwise, man. If law enforcement will come in your castle or whatever, home, whatever, to extract you for crime, that's the law. The law must be applied anywhere, any space that there's a criminal there. So the church should be no sanctuary. And the next thing, Mr. Manka.
Yes?
For the tens of thousands of patients who by deed or affidavit change their name to the same name, no one said nothing on your show. But 1 or 2 Chinese is a big deal. I mean, come on, man. What's going on?
Well, I quite agree with you because I know a black man who changed his name to a Chinese name, and he looked nothing like Chinese. He's a darling, and he changed his name to Moon Rock Funk.
Yeah.
And it's a wonderful name. I just love his name, Moon Rock Funk.
Yeah, Mr. Manka.
Yes?
Your president did came to office, right? He released us yesterday, when he signed everything, right?
Yes.
But Mr. Manka.
Yes.
You know what I noticed? We normally around here, when we sign any kind of forms or anything, we use a pen.
Right.
Or we can't use pencil, right?
Right.
We can't use no marker, right?
No.
But in America, right?
Yeah.
They use white paper and a big marker with Donald Trump signed his name on it, big gold, right?
Really?
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
All the things he said he's going to do when he get in office, he signed everything, big marker, big one, one of them, right? But you know, what came to my mind is that America has a white president, right?
Right.
They're using white paper but a black marker, right?
White paper
and
with a black marker.
They're going to do the business of the country to get the country back to restore to where it's supposed to be, extract all the people who belong and everything, right?
Right.
But what went through my mind is we don't use the pencil or the marker. We use the pen. But you know what went through my mind?
What?
We should use white paper, black paper, right?
Right.
And a white highlight marker and write on that. So, and then write it big and large, right?
Right.
Sign up all the things that these politicians say that they're going to do when they get in there the first day. So that'll be the contract. Mr. Trump, I respect him for that. So because guess what? He's like a man, he signed that. And you know what? The people go hold him to that.
Yes.
We elect this person in this country.
Yeah.
They get in office and they don't sign nothing. They just get in office and for themselves, for their party, and for people like, not you, Mr. Musk, but sometimes you.
Okay.
You feeling me, right?
I feeling you.
Because our country cannot grow. Today, we keep on doing that. But I'm keep changing every 5 years.
Okay.
Have a nice day.
All right,
Thank you.
Thank you for your contribution. Welcome to Freedom March Call. You're live. Caller, you there? 323-7775, 698-0775, and 698-0776. Let me do this congratulations quickly before we take this next call. We want to congratulate, is it King's College? Who will we congratulate now? Let's see, where we? Yes, we want to congratulate all the athletes and members of King's House at Queen's College, sorry. We want to congratulate all the athletes and members of King's House, or King House, at Queen's College. King House was the overall winner of their sports day last Wednesday. A special congratulations goes out to Haley Wallace, from Mom, Rashad, Dad, Jamal, and honors of our aunts and uncles and cousins. Okay, so good. Congratulations to King House, Queen's College. They won the overall. They were the overall winner of their sports day last Wednesday. Okay, congratulations, King.
Congratulations,
King House, yeah.
King House.
Welcome to Freedom March Call. You're live.
Patriot Advisor.
Good afternoon.
Rodney Monka. Fight.
Trump.
Congratulations to my president, the Donald Trump. I think the 47 president.
Yes, he's 47.
That's right.
Yeah.
And I watched it all yesterday, man.
Really?
Enjoy the ceremony.
It
remind me of my future election with my prime minister in 2026.
Yeah.
So, for 4 years, Bahamas is in good position.
Yes.
And in 4 years, a great team is coming for you and me and Patriot Advisor.
Okay.
To the Donald Trump administration.
Trump.
And we're going to have a black ambassador appointed soon from the United States.
I don't want a black ambassador.
Oh, you want a white one?
Yeah.
Oh, why?
Well, I want somebody who reflects and looks like the majority of the people.
But you don't want somebody look like Patriot Advisor?
I prefer somebody who looks like Trump.
Okay. With a bit of go ahead, and everything.
Yeah.
I hear that. Well, I enjoy it, and I want to be able to know the country's in good shape, protection-wise. And also be able to come home. Because they send back all immigrants. I call all my Bahamian friends.
Yes.
Come home.
Come home.
They clean up house.
Okay.
You think we need to clean up some house with Mr. Money Monka?
Well, I don't want the house in the Bahamas to be cleaned up, but
you want it clean right now.
Let's clean up the house in America.
All right, then have a good day. Trump.
Fight. Let me take the cell phone. Hello, cell phone. Hello, cell phone. Hello, cell phone.
Hello, Mr. Malcolm.
Yeah.
How are you doing, sir?
I'm fine, sir.
Hello, Mr. Malcolm.
Yes.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Good. How are you doing?
Doing well, thank you so much.
I'm calling in I have a problem here, sir, Mr. Manka.
What is the problem? What is the problem?
This is Bahamas Air, sir. I'm the caller who was trying to get compensated from Bahamas Air from the past 3 or 4 months.
Have you seen your MP yet?
My luggage was lost coming from Cuba from the 26th of...
Listen to my question. Have you spoken?
The manager of Bahamas Air.
Listen to me. Have you spoken to your MP yet?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Isn't he working with you?
I did.
Is he working with you?
No, sir. Not yet. I tried to reach him, but he don't answer the call.
Okay. I'm going to tell him. You take good care. The end of the show, right?
Yeah.
This is Freedom March. God save the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. God save the King. I'm on my way to Pinewood Gardens, where Philip Ray Davis and the PLP are meeting for a rally. And then after that, they're going to sally. God save the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. God save the King.
The thoughts, views, and comments expressed by Rodney Munker, his guests, and callers on Freedom March are not necessarily those of the management, ownership, or production unit of the Verizon Media Group.